She raced determinedly through the streets, nimbly weaving her way through a throng of grim-looking people. They barely noticed her. Lila barely noticed them. She was single-minded, on a very important mission to reach the black and white building. Earlier that afternoon, Grandmother had instructed her to deliver an envelope to a man who lived there. In return, Lila would receive a reward. A whole slice of cake, Grandmother had promised. Upon hearing those magical words, Lila's bright blue eyes had widened. She was so very hungry. Of course she had to help her. Grandmother had been very pleased, saying she wished she was allowed to see Lila more often. At least my granddaughter is loyal to her family, Grandmother had praised. Lila didn't know what the word loyal meant, but she was beaming with pride anyway. Lila finally arrived at the black and white building, her blonde pigtails flying in 2 different directions. Panting heavily, she wrapped her small fists against the heavy wooden door. A man opened the door. He was dressed like a rich man. "Hello, little girl," he greeted, staring down at Lila, who shivered at his gaze. "He's so scary," she thought. The man gave her a small smile, and she thrusted the envelope toward him. He opened it, carefully removing a small handwritten note and a photograph. Of what, Lila didn't care. She just wanted to eat her cake. Fidgeting impatiently, she waited for the man to dismiss her, but he didn't. He stood there, examining the photograph. A moment later, he knelt down on one knee, at her eye level. He asked, "Little girl, what color is your father's hair?" Lila frowned, confused at the man's strange question. "Light yellow, like mine," she replied hesitantly. The man nodded understandingly, then told Lila that he would take her home. She didn't dare disobey, and got into the black and white car on the street. They arrived at her house. "I don't remember telling him where we lived," she thought, slightly perplexed. They got out of the vehicle and the man rang the doorbell. Her father answered the door. She watched as the man showed him the photograph. She watched as father's face turned purple red, which only happened when he was very angry. She watched as he dragged mother out by her hair, out of the kitchen, kicking her toward the man. Lila screamed when the man took mother away in his black and white car. Grandmother smiled as she watched from the empty house across the street, her long-range camera poised on her daughter and son-in-law's bedroom.